Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. We don't always do a video on this, but we've got some interesting information here. I'm not sure if it's going to be a VIP only or VIP only for now, or go public, whatever. This is a bit of a, when you purchase injector kits from us, there's a few things we put in the kit. For a lend, it is a lend copy. The crow's foot, the dowel, the red caps, any good bubble wrap that you can send back so we can recycle it. If you don't send the red caps back, other people miss out. So when you get in the VIP group, you will be frowned upon by those people that missed out on red caps because you didn't return them, and crow's foots and all that sort of thing, right? We've got hundreds and thousands of them out there. If you can, send them back, or if you've got a way of collecting those for us and sending them to us in bulk, that'll help out the general public, everybody looking after their Prados, Hiluxes, 1KDs. These are John's and Dave's injectors. What's different about John and Dave? It sounds like one of those ads, John and Dave. It sounds like that superannuation commercial, you know. Oh, this is, same, different fun, whatever. Anyway, John's injectors and Dave's injectors. And I can't remember which one's which. I just confused myself now. But the key thing is they're clear of contamination, so that's good. The free contamination check, that's the main thing. But what I wanted to show you, in case you missed it, is the older injectors are not full DLC. When we say full DLC, there's 3 parts in the injector that are main wear components that work much better with DLC coating, which is harder and less friction, so it works better for longer. Now, these are not full DLC, right? They're not, okay? And you can see these coatings, see these command pistons, right? But what I want to show you about those, can you see the wear on them? You should, 4K video, you should be able to sit around and see all along there. You can see that wear with your eyes. We don't need any microscope or anything, right? Now that won't show up on diagnostics. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You've just got to go by averages. So if you haven't listened, from 09 onwards where the injector change, that's the deal, okay? So that's what you're going to get. Now, that's all I want to say about those. They're non-DLC coated, no contamination, whatever, happy days. These are your full DLCs. Like I've said before, you'll see that coating there is awesome. You could probably reuse those. They're probably gold, actually. They're probably really good. The nozzle needles will be the worst wearing part there, which is those 4 little suckers there, and you could probably hardly see it, but I'll hold it still for a minute. And you might see a little bit of wear on those nozzle needles. Anyway, free of contamination. Over to the next set, these ones. This is a pretty boring set as well, full DLC, no contamination, bada boom, bada bing, right? So they're all good. So there's 3 sets. They're like the 150 Prado type injectors or the later Hiluxes, right? You know, they got knocked around in the mail. Look, don't bother packing your injectors, wrapping them up, and just chuck all 4 of them into 2 bags that the injectors came in, open them up carefully so that they don't make mess everywhere. Then all the bubble wrap I sent you, wrap them up in that and stick them into one of these bags, just a red one. Red one's cheapest, and put the dowel, the crow's foot, the red caps in there. Get them back to me, that'd be awesome. And the most exciting part, we're getting there. Drum roll. I'm not going to do a drum roll. Okay, this is a set of Bailey's injectors. We get a fair few of these back every now and then, like we get other remans and stuff like that. Yeah, well, it's not just the brass washers that was a problem with those not sealing. There's a lot of other issues people have had. If you do your research looking around on the internet, a lot of people have had bad experience, unfortunately, but it's up to you if you want to use them, of course. But we just show you what we find. And this is something we've seen for years when sets come back to us and we strip them down. Because Bailey's, as far as I know, are the only ones that do their aftermarket DLC coated command pistons on the earlier type injectors, okay? So if you look at those, it's quite a big problem and they'd know about it, but see at the end of the command piston there, so out of 4 injectors, right, let me give it a bit of a roll. You can see the top one, right? I'll try and explain to you why this happens as well, why I think it happens, but okay, so there's one. I'll give you a good look at that, right? You can see that. You can see that wear there. The next one, I'll get any other one. This one, not too bad actually. That one looks pretty good, doesn't it? There's one little part just wearing there. You can see it up the top there, just starting. Right, let's get the next one. This one's probably the least worn. Whoop, nozzle needles fall on the ground, don't worry about that. Don't need to look at them, so you can see there on that one. And of course, number 4, same thing again. So I'll explain to you what's happening there, right? This is what we believe is happening there. Okay, So you can see there's a coating there, and you can see how they wear. And it's not that much different to how a normal command piston in an injector wears. Now the problem you got is you got a really small tolerance there, right? It's a very small gap, hardly any gap whatsoever. So when you clamp the injector down, if it's not a snug fit and it's the correct torque specification, the injector bends, and every injector bends. And how do we know that? We know because every injector's got a wear mark on. If you look at the injector halfway along, so it gets clamped down up here and the seat's down there. So halfway along, see there's your mark there. See that mark where it's, you know, it's rubbed through? Look, it's on that one as well, right? You can see it there. Right, there it is on that one as well. Every injector's got that wear mark, right? Which is why you can't really rebuild injectors successfully, because when you clamp them down, it messes. Look, you just need new stuff, in my opinion. Use brand new genuine Denso. But by the injector bending, you can see why it gets that wear, and it gets like a V in it. If you have a look at it, the longest section, it goes down to a point, right? Right, see that one? It's wider at the top. I've got some other ones of these there as well, right? But see how it's wider at the top and it goes, usually kind of goes into a point? Not always. Let me see if I can find that one. Look at the detail, eh? Look at that. Anyway, see it goes down into a point? Because that's the injector's kind of bent. So obviously there's more pressure on the end of the command piston. So this is why your injectors aren't working right when they haven't been installed correctly. It's not just about the right parts, the right procedures. That's why we do what we do. We'll supply you the right, brand new, fresh, genuine parts with pipes, all the correct procedures. It's all in videos in the VIP group, and you're probably here, and this is where this video is anyway, but maybe one day we should click public on this one and let everybody else have a look. And when I do, if you got some out of that, I hope you liked it. Give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, look, I know you subscribed because you'd have rocks in your head if you didn't. And make sure you got that bell on so you don't miss the next important bit of information like this. Do you want this? Is this what you want to pay for with your injectors? Or maybe it's just once it's a coincidence? Or no, we've got other boxes. You know, we've got other boxes that we've collected of those as well, marked with the dates and everything like that. You know, where they came from, whose they are. So it's not a one-off, guys. So there you go. As I said, these ones over here, pretty boring. Just sharing the information, and the main thing is they're free of contamination. Why do we do that? Well, if you just spent $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on your vehicle to get it running in peak condition on these parts, you spent that sort of money and labour. Do you want to have water running through your injectors? Because water contamination and other contamination is what damages these fine precision parts. So isn't it worth it? I think it's worth it. Anyway, guys, up to you what you want to do. We're easy. We'll just give you the information. Very busy here, so if there's anything you need from us, please be patient. And Monday's parts day, school hours only, so save it for then. You need to get your payment in very early on Monday if you want to hopefully get them in the mail Monday. Otherwise, we may have another mail run later in the week. And with COVID-19, stuff like that, there could be further delays with us, with supply, with shipping, with all sorts of things. So allow plenty of time, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm out of here. Bada bing, bada boom.